Hey friends, it's Aimee from Mountain Sage Wellness Shop in downtown Hendersonville, North Carolina, and this is episode 2 of the Ask Aimee series where I answer your questions around aromatherapy and other holistic healing modalities. For those of you who don't know me, I am a certified clinical aromatherapist and have been working with plant medicines and other natural healing modalities for nearly 30 years. My disclaimer is that I am not a doctor, and anything that I'm offering you in the Ask Aimee series is suggestions. So please consult with your healthcare provider before bringing anything new into your health and wellness routine. Okay, so today's question comes from Alex. I'm beginning to start back on 12 to 14 hour shifts in a nursing job. Things are rather busy right now. Do you have any blend suggestions to promote circulation in the lower extremities? Maybe help decrease pain and those cute varicose veins. So, Alex, first of all, thank you for what you do. Thank you for being a nurse. Thank you for putting others' health and well-being first, and especially right now. I don't think I can say thank you enough. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate what you do for all of us, keeping us healthy and strong, and you're amazing. I do have some blend suggestions for you. I decided to do 2 different blends. One that I would recommend when you're beginning your shift, so an awakening one, and one at the end of your shift when you are going to relax and go to bed, a relaxing one. So let's talk about the awakening blend first. I recommend grapefruit. So grapefruit essential oil is really great for sluggish circulation. I really like grapefruit as an aroma for when I can't get motivated and I need to get moving. It's the same thing when using topically on the body. It helps things that are moving slowly and can't get motivated. So edema and sluggish lymph, grapefruit makes really great massage oil for those. It's also great for muscular fatigue and muscular stiffness. So I definitely recommend grapefruit for that. It's also astringent, which helps with water retention. So massaging grapefruit, say if you get water retention in your ankles or feet, massaging grapefruit in that area really helps move the water through. Another one I recommend is cypress essential oil. Cypress is great for excess. I know in episode 1 I talked about excess talking and excess thinking, using cypress essential oil for that. And so we're talking about excess in the body, so like edema, also great for heavy legs when we have that heavy leg syndrome. It's a venous decongestant as well. So it helps our veins not get clogged and to keep the flow moving. Great circulatory, and also helps with muscular cramps. Cypress should not be used long term. So if you're going to use these blends for say more than 2 weeks at a time, I would recommend substituting black spruce for the cypress. Black spruce is anti-inflammatory, also analgesic, so it helps with the pain, which is great for muscle stiffness and also aches and pains in our muscular body. On an emotional and energetic level, it really helps us when we're feeling stuck and sluggish and helps spruce us up. So black spruce is great for that. Stress reliever, also helps with adrenal fatigue. So like I was saying, if this particular blend that I'm recommending has cypress in it, but if you want it to use for more than say 2 weeks, I would substitute black spruce for the cypress. I also like rosemary. I use the chemotype cineol for this. It's really a beautiful strengthener for all of our body systems. It helps promote circulation, and it's also analgesic, so helps with the muscular aches and pains, that joint stiffness, and wonderful for fatigue, and not just physical fatigue but also mental fatigue. Helps us think clearly, and awakens our brains, which is really great when you are a nurse, and especially right now when things are a little bit more chaotic and you need to be thinking clearly and thinking fast. I really like rosemary for that. Now, rosemary should be limited in pregnancy and avoided altogether if you have a seizure disorder. So don't use rosemary essential oil if you suffer from seizures. Keep away from the faces of infants and small children. It's too much for the respiratory systems, so you just want to keep it away from them smelling it too closely. Okay, so our awakening blend has grapefruit, cypress, and rosemary, and we'll come back to how to blend in just a second. Now we're going to talk about the relaxing blend. And like I said, this is something that I would use at the end of your shift when your legs and feet are tired and you want them, and yourself, not just your legs and feet, but also yourself, to be able to relax and fall asleep and have a nice deep sleep. I recommend patchouli. Now I know y'all are laughing at me because in episode 1 I talked about how much I love patchouli. Now I'm not talking about the smell of patchouli. I mean, we are, but we're also talking about what patchouli does for the physical body. It's another venous decongestant. It really helps the flow of our veins to keep moving and to not get clogged. Great for circulation, really good for edema. And then on the emotional energetic level, it helps balance and center us. And that's really why I love patchouli so much, because for me, it's just that, just that centering helps me feel solid in my body, and it brings on the happiness. It balances our emotions, helps with mood swings. So I love patchouli for that. But for this particular reason, for this intention, I love patchouli for its help with the veins and circulation, and then also for the centering and grounding. In the relaxing blend, I also recommend geranium. Geranium is anti-inflammatory, it's astringent, it's analgesic, really great for like that nerve pain. So when you're on your feet all day, if the bottom of your feet get really sensitive on the nerves, geranium is great for that nerve pain. It's also a wonderful stress reliever and helps support the adrenals. Like I said, great astringent, so helps things keep moving. Also wonderful circulatory, and on an energetic and emotional level, I really love the floral aspect of geranium to bring in grace and ease. Just a beautiful settling of our nerves, helps balance our emotions, and calming yet uplifting to our spirit. Our third essential oil for our relaxing blend is vetiver. Vetiver is wonderful for when we have the cold hands and the cold feet. Vetiver is nice and warming, helps bring in that aspect to its circulation. It's anti-inflammatory and it's analgesic, so helps with the muscular aches and pains. And on an emotional, energetic level, it's really relaxing. It's tranquilizing. It helps ground us and center us. Another one to help us feel really embodied. During this time, if you're feeling isolated, which many of us are, vetiver is really great, especially if we can't, get out into nature right now, and we're staying home. Vetiver helps us connect with the earth, which helps us also to connect with ourselves. I really like vetiver because it not only strengthens the nervous system, but it strengthens the immune system. And those two go hand in hand. When we have a strong nervous system, we have a strong immune system. And when we have a strong immune system, we have a strong nervous system. I really love essential oils that help strengthen and balance both of those systems in our body. Okay, so let's talk about how to blend. You'll want to have your dilution ratio at a 2 to 3% because you're putting it on a large area of your legs and your feet, and you're putting it on regularly. So I recommend doing a 2 to 3% dilution ratio. And what that means, in 1 ounce or 30 milliliters of your plant carrier oils, you're going to add about 12 to 18 total drops. So not 12 to 18 drops of each of those essential oils I listed, but total drops of the blend. If you don't have a measuring cup at home that has an ounce, 2 tablespoons equals an ounce. So you can use 2 tablespoons and that will give you your ounce. So let's talk about the plant carrier oils right now. Depending on what you like and what you want on your feet and legs. If you want something light and easily absorbed, say for the awakening at the beginning of your shift, I would recommend like olive oil. Olive oil is really great and penetrating and helps keep the skin supple. And you can even mix that with like sunflower oil. Sunflower oil is really light and really absorbent. And so if you did say 50 sunflower or 50 olive oil, and 50, not or, but and 50 olive oil, that would be really great for the beginning of the shift. Now, that's if you like something lighter. And this can also be if you want something lighter at the end of your shift as well. If you want something that penetrates but keeps the oil kind of on the surface and really helps nourish and keep the skin well oiled. Sesame oil is great for that. Sesame oil is also wonderful in its warming aspects. So if you want to create the leg massage oil and bring in a warming aspect, sesame oil is really great for that. You can also add avocado oil to that. It's super nutritious for our skin, and it's a little on the thicker side too. So it's not as thick as sesame, but it's on the thicker side. So for me, I would like something thicker before I go to bed, and then something a little lighter when I go into work. But that is all personal preference on your plant carrier oils and how you want it to feel. Another one that you can either use at 100% or mix with any of the ones that I listed is jojoba. Jojoba is really absorbent. It's the closest to our skin sebum, so our skin's natural oils. Jojoba is the closest to that. So you can use jojoba either by itself or in a blend, like I was saying. So what we're going to do, or I'm going to give you the recipes now. So you have your 1 ounce or 30 milliliters of your plant carrier oil. So for the awakening leg oil, so here's the essential oil blends. That's what, let's see, I did 16 drops. So this is what 16 drops looks like. And when you're doing your drops, if you got a brand new bottle of essential oil that you're working with, tip it slowly, because some of them run out really quick and then you can't keep track of your drops. And so if you go slowly into pouring out your drops, that will save your resources and not be wasteful. And not that you're intentionally being wasteful, but just if you go slowly in your pouring, then that will help contain your drops. I recommend 7 drops of grapefruit, 4 drops of cypress, 7 drops of grapefruit, 5 drops of cypress, and 4 drops of rosemary. And that's what I have here. And it's really nice. It's really refreshing and awakening, and they blend really nicely together. And like I said, if you are using this for long term, substitute black spruce for the cypress in the same amount of drops. So to recap, because I kind of fumbled on my words earlier, 7 drops of grapefruit, 5 drops of cypress or black spruce, and 4 drops of rosemary. And that's what this is. It smells good. Okay, so for the relaxing blend, 16 drops again is the blend that I came up with, and that's this one. You know I'm a patchouli fan, but this one, the vetiver really grounds the patchouli, and you smell the geranium come through with a really pretty floral. So it's a really grounding but floral aroma. I recommend 8 drops of patchouli, 6 drops of geranium, and 2 drops of vetiver. And like I said, if you really are not a patchouli fan, you can substitute either lavender or sweet marjoram to get the same effect. And those are both really relaxing and anti-inflammatory and wonderful essential oils for helping with relaxing and also pain relieving and helping with the legs and the feet after a long shift. Okay, so those are my 2 recommendations in blends for help promoting circulation and taking care of our legs and feet. For those of you who are working on your feet, long hours, especially if you're a doctor or a nurse or anyone else that's in the front lines right now, our grocery workers, y'all are amazing, and I love you, and thank you for what you do, and really heartfelt on that. Like, I'm very thankful for all of you. So I appreciate you watching episode 2 of Ask Aimee. If you'd like to get your questions in for next week, there's a link on my website called Ask Aimee, and you can submit your questions there. All right, I hope you all are healthy and strong and safe and happy, and be well. Bye now.